how do we go about helping him or her? And are there tools or processes that you recommend that we should keep in mind as well, so that the basic DNA of execution is sort of built in them?
Okay, so I think it starts with, first of all, as I've said, the fundamental foundation is about clarity, right? Clarity of standards and is really important because often I find that even the managers have no idea what a standard they're actually expecting. So it's very variable. So when you are not actually clear, it's extremely difficult for you to set that standard so that both parties understand what looks like. So it's what good looks like. So essentially, what happens is that to begin a conversation, it will be okay, Eliza, I want you to do X, Y, Z, and we both have got to. You have to ask me. So if you were to do this well, what would that feel like for you, and what would that look like for you? Then you can give your 2 cents worth, and then you could actually say, if you're putting yourselves in the shoes of the customer, how would that look? So if you got a 360 discussion of what good looks like and feels like, and everybody understands it, there's clarity, we are aligned, it helps tremendously. Then the next thing is, immediately you see that behavior and you pick on that behavior specifically to do 2 things. One, if it's going right, you should say, Nikhil, well done. You are definitely meeting this or exceeding it as we've agreed. Or if it's below, instead of telling you, I might say, hey, Nikhil, can we have a few minutes of check-in? And by the way, Gen Z loves checking in. So a very quick check-in is, tell me about the incident. What happened? And, how do you think the particular customer felt? If you were in their shoes, how would you see the situation? What was your intention? So in a way, it's an adapted SBI, right? What was your intention? And in many ways, if you were to reflect on this, and reflection is actually a very key skill for Gen Zs and anyone else to pick up, what would you say you could do differently in order to achieve a better impact or to achieve as you intended, right? So I think that it's a tool and a skill of conversation. And of course, the tracking mechanisms are all there in execution because you've already got your measurements, right? And the key measurements is either you meet those standards or you don't, and whether you achieve those goals in execution. So for some, it is very easy. Sales, for instance, is typical. The number of sales you have to take, the cold calls, etc. That's that. But in the soft skills area is where you really have to have behavioral indicators. And often in big companies now, I've seen very, very sophisticated ones where they have built in the values and behavior and what is expected so that the performance appraisal is 50% on the what. You have to achieve the smart numbers, etc. And then the how you achieve it is also important and is given the weight of 50%. So that part of it actually addresses the soft skills, the values, and the behavior.